and welcome back to another episode of Speak Right with Mercy. Today, we are going to look at how to take our English vocabulary from simple, everyday words to more sophisticated alternatives. This is very important for those who want to speak in a way that is polished, professional, and impactful. Don't just say important. Say pivotal, pivotal. We often say important. For example, education is important for success. But a stronger alternative is the word pivotal, pivotal. Now, if we say education is pivotal for success, notice how it carries more weight than the word important. The word pivotal doesn't just mean important. It means something that is central, something that everything else depends on. That is why it is the better choice when we want to emphasize just how crucial something is. Pivotal. So use the word pivotal instead of important. Secondly, learn to use the word minute instead of small. This is because the word small is basic. Minute, on the other hand, captures the idea of something extremely tiny, almost insignificant. Let us look at these examples. Example 1. There's a small crack on the glass. There's a small crack on the glass. Example 2. There's a minute crack on the glass. Now, minute is preferable to use because it paints a sharper picture, ideal when precision matters. Right. Another common word to avoid using is the word angry. Angry. This is because the word angry is simple and common. Okay? The perfect alternative to use is the word irate. Irate. Yes, this word is pronounced irate. Okay? The word angry is common, but irate suggests being furiously mad, almost out of control. So, it is preferable to use the word irate instead of angry. Now, let's compare these examples. The customer was angry about the delay, and the customer was irate over the delay. The word irate heightens the severity, making the anger more vivid. So, the best word to use is irate and not angry. Right. Learn to use the word perplexing instead of confusing. Absolutely. The word confusing is common and is used in everyday language. For you to stand out as a fluent speaker, learn to use the word perplexing, perplexing, instead of confusing. That way, it shows you have a good command of the language. More so, the word confusing tells us that something isn't clear, right? But the word perplexing suggests a puzzle that deeply baffles the mind. Let's compare these examples. The math problem is confusing and the math problem is perplexing. Perplexing elevates the tone, making the difficulty sound more intellectual. Okay? So learn to use the word perplexed instead of confused, perplexing instead of confusing. Right. Another word to add to your vocabulary is the word pragmatic. Pragmatic. So instead of saying practical, learn to use the word pragmatic. Being practical means being sensible. Pragmatic, on the other hand, goes further. It's about dealing with problems realistically, often in challenging situations. So, instead of saying She gave a practical solution. Learn to say she gave a pragmatic solution. This is because pragmatic conveys wisdom, not just common sense. Right. Another word to add to your vocabulary is the word dubious. Dubious. Instead of using the word doubtful, use the word dubious. The word doubtful expresses uncertainty. Dubious, on the other hand, adds suspicion. Something doesn't just seem uncertain, it feels questionable, dubious. Now let's compare these examples. I am doubtful about his excuse and I am dubious about his excuse. Now, why is dubious the better word? It is the better word because it carries skepticism and suspicion, not just uncertainty. So, add this word to your vocabulary today. Another word to add to your vocabulary is the word atrocious. Atrocious. Instead of using the word bad, learn to use the word atrocious. Okay? The word bad means poor in quality, whereas the word atrocious means shockingly bad or appalling. So, the better word to use if something is extremely or shockingly bad is atrocious, not bad. Okay? Let's compare these examples. He made a bad mistake. He made an atrocious mistake. When you use the word atrocious when speaking, you sound more sophisticated, polished, and fluent. So, add this word to your vocabulary. Another beautiful word to add to your vocabulary is the word astute. Astute. Instead of using the word smart, which is simple and common in everyday language, learn to use the word astute instead of smart. The word smart means intelligent or clever, but the word astute takes it further. It means sharp, able to assess situations with insight. So, it is preferable to use the word astute. Now, let's compare these examples. She is a smart business woman, and she is an astute business woman. Astute is the better choice to use because it suggests not just intelligence, but shrewd, practical judgment. So, add this word to your vocabulary today. Another word to add to your vocabulary today is the word destitute. Destitute. Stop saying poor. Instead, use the word destitute. The word poor means lacking money or resources. Destitute, on the other hand, means extremely poor, lacking basic necessities. Let's compare these examples. Many poor families live here, and many destitute families live here. Destitute is the better word to use because it deepens the description by stressing extreme poverty. So, add this word to your vocabulary today. That way, you sound sophisticated, fluent, and polished. Another word to add to your vocabulary to sound sophisticated is the word arduous. Arduous. Instead of using the word difficult, learn to use the word arduous. Arduous. The word arduous captures tasks that are not just hard, but are physically or mentally draining. Now, let's compare these examples. The journey was difficult and the journey was arduous. The word arduous makes your listener feel the weight of this struggle. So, the better choice to use is arduous. I hope you learned something today. If you did, please comment, like, and share with your friends and family. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, keep speaking right.